I went to Chick-fil-A to pick up lunch right before we came to do the pod.
God bless.
Yeah. Well, that is just a coincidence. But it was just quick. But I was wondering, I was like,
Lionel
what
hates
is
the gays? All right, go ahead.
No, there you go. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
have to edit so much out
Yeah.
of this.
You just made the podcast homophobic. So Christians hate us, gays hate us, everybody hates us right now. Thank you for checking out the Jokeaday podcast. Once again, my name is Lionel Harris, comedian, writer. I never really gave myself an intro. Maybe we'll get into that in another episode so you know why you should care in the first place. But again, my name is Lionel Harris. I got my co-host with me, David Griffin.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. If you've been sticking with us this first season, he is a man of few words at times. So yeah, that's why you guys got the small wave. That's what happened.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna do the salute, the small wave. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it light. I know you trying to get things rolling.
Yeah, I'm trying to
go. You don't want that early show banter. You know, you're not a fan of that. So.
Nah, I fast forward past that when I listen to podcasts.
Right, because it's being funny and interesting early on is too much for you. Huh?
Yeah, I don't want no that's banter. I said that. I'm gonna bleep that out and cut it out. I just want to throw y'all off.
Fired up. All right, we getting fired up in this thing.
I did that just for I guess. I guess today is somebody who I've known in the scene, like a lot of our guests I've known in the scene. I think since day one. Yeah, he's performed. Let me see. I know he's covered a few in the Mid-Atlantic area. I know he wrote for a late night show. I know he's at the Funny Bone pretty regularly here in the area as well, and also been a good friend. Make some noise for Ryan Dix.
Sparingly on late night.
Hey,
late night show.
You were a part of it though. I mean, you created it. Don't matter if you was on the show. What was it? Tidewater Tonight was the name? Yeah. That's a credit, bro.
Crazy unsuccessful. It was bananas, dude.
Hey, but
How many views we didn't get.
You did it though.
But you did it. Most people are on the sidelines just criticizing, but you got on the field. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was fun.
So my hat is off to you. I guess we'll just get right into it. I like to, as Dave said, I don't like to warm up.
Already won.
Are you tired of people making fun of your last name?
No.
You're not? It doesn't get old?
It got old in 6th grade, I think.
In 6th grade?
Yeah.
Is that why you got so good at roasting? Because
I don't even think I'm good at roasting.
With a name like Dix, I think you were born to roast.
I have to be on my toes because of it.
You got to stay on your toes.
So it created a personality, which it's doing the same thing for my kids, too, so it's fun. Nice. I don't care.
You gave them the same last name as you?
What? Yeah.
Damn.
I'm married.
Yeah. I didn't think about
last name.
Damn. That's a tough break. How many dicks are there in the household?
In my household?
Yeah.
Now, with the new dog, 6. No, the cats, 8.
Oh, man, I wanted to say 6 dicks because it rhymed, but you messed it up. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I told you I just got this new dog. I didn't name this dog. I rescued her, and her her first name is Honey. So now,
Honey
there's
Dix.
just a chart that says Honey Dix at my vet.
Yeah, right.
So every time I get on the phone with them or even get there, like, Honey Dix? They're like, yeah,
that's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
That's her.
And it's spelled with an X too, so it looks like a porn search.
It does.
Either way,
it does. I've always looked at it as like a superhero name.
Yeah.
Because I always watched X-Men. I'm like, X is cool, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry for the F.
Nah, you good. You good, man. Thank you for coming out and doing we've been trying to set this up for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
we won't talk about what happened and why it didn't happen because I don't know why it didn't happen.
Well, it was a number of things. I think most of your availability and when we taped, I think was the major conflict.
I am available all the time now. I don't have a job.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong answer. See, no. What you got to say is I'm a full-time comedian.
There you go.
I'm in between jobs.
Full-time comedian. That's all.
I got a new job. It's fine.
Oh, okay. So do you want to talk about that? We don't
can
have
if
to
you
get
want
into.
I don't care,
No,
man.
let's not.
It's
Let's
another
not.
boring job.
What was the interview process like?
No. Let's
Me
say-
shaking because I was nervous. I was so nervous during the interview.
Yeah.
I haven't done an interview in over 8 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't done an interview,
weird.
bro.
Dude.
It's tough.
I don't know what got into me, but I'm like, they're like, tell me something about you. I was like, I do stand up.
How did they like that? I was going to say that's funny.
The only thing, I was like, I'm gonna nail this interview. I'm so good at stand up and improv and stuff like that. And they're
Yeah.
like, any questions? I was like, oh, when can I start? That was my only cool thing they said. When can I start?
So what made you decide to get into stand up? What made you try stand up?
I got made fun of a lot for having the last name Dix, probably.
So
Probably.
I mean, okay, that's what I said about. So you credit that for? Well, when did you start?
I started, first off, when I was probably 20. I did the Clash of the Comics. I've never done an open mic before. So I was like, ooh, Clash of the Comics, Funny Bone. Of course, it's where I start.
Of course.
And I got on stage and I said the F word within 2 minutes.
They turned the lights off on you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the first 3 times I did Clash, I said the F word.
Oh, okay.
No.
It took me till I was like 28, 29 to learn discipline with my language.
Gotcha.
Clearly don't still have it because I just said the F word like the first 2 minutes I was in here. I met, what was his name? Everett. I should remember that name easier because it's my son's
Price.
name.
Oh yeah.
I met Everett at the Clash after I got booted off and found out he ran Pen Boys. And then I was like, oh, cool. Open mics. So I started doing open mics and then went on from there. Started winning competitions.
Yeah, that's cool. But what made you want to? What do you think? Like, what was your thought process? Like, what made you be like, I got to do this? Because I mean, some people is like, you know,
Are you talking about the best feeling in the world? when you
But how
have a
did
whole
you-
crowd laugh at you?
right? But how did you know that first? How did you know that's what you wanted to try in the first? Like, what made you say,
I had to be that's my defense mechanism.
okay,
I have to be funny. I think I have something in my head to where I need people to like me.
okay,
I have to have people like me to the point where at work, my old job rather, this happened recently. I drove up into the parking lot. I parked next to, whatever. It's just a car, whatever. A guy who I work with goes, whose car is this? And the other guy goes, it's Ryan's. He moves his truck because it's a nice truck. We're professional drivers. Mm-hmm. And then another guy who saw it goes, yeah, he saw it. You parked next to him, didn't like it, moved his car. What would you do?
it depends on the person. Because I mean, I'd be
I
like,
don't really know him. I've been
Yeah.
working with him for
Yeah.
years. I reversed right next to his car.
That's
I parked right next to his car again and continued on with my day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he wanted to fight me. Which it's undeniably funny that you get mad at something
Right.
dumb.
yeah,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was like, I should do something for him because I don't like when people don't like me. It hurts my feelings when people don't like me. And I thought he would think it's funny.
Right.
He did not.
I mean, it was.
It's undeniably funny that you got mad.
It's petty.
That's hilarious.
That you got mad at that. But yeah, for
Right.
sure.
maybe he thought your car had the cooties.
Hey, move your car
I
right
drive
next.
a piece of.
Okay,
Bro, that is so
Don't
funny.
get it.
Because-
Don't.
that's
get it
something you would do.
confused.
That's something you would do.
Yeah, that connects with me because I would have did the exact same thing. You move your car.
But it's a work car. Like I don't care about this car. It gets. I worked at a garbage company. It gets bird shit on it all day.
right.
Yeah.
Why would I care about this car? I'm not going to buy a nice car to go to work where I work in a garbage company and get
Right.
dirty and filthy and get back into a nice car.
I get it. For me, I think it depends, like, on it's the dichotomy of like how saved am I today. If I feel like being like a good, it depends. Like if my conscience is like, hey man, you gotta be a Christian today. I'm just saying. I'm talking
It
about
was
me.
a Saturday morning. I was pissed that I had
Yeah.
to work, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm talking about me. Why? Wait, he said that he know he would, because I know he's petty like that. So he would be.
That's I get along with him so
It
well.
depends on the
100%, bro.
day for me.
I
Like
would have did that.
something.
I wouldn't even thought about it. I
You
would
know
have
what
got in my car parked right there.
You know what would happen? Honestly, this is how I probably would have went.
No hesitation.
I probably would have did it, and then my wife would have been like, "What you doing?" And I'd have felt so terrible because I done did that before. Like I done like somebody ever like cut you off or whatever, but you got your family in the car with you, like the kids is in the back. So whenever something like that happens and I lose my temper and the kids in the back, she like that check that she get, like I can't deny it. She like, the kids are in the back.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And I'm like,
what you doing? Dude?
Yeah, but I'm like, no, these mother. What are you doing? Like this is the example.
That's
You say, you know what I mean?
That's the
And then
way
it
it
always-
Yeah, because my wife and kids in the car, my wife would have been like, let's go get him.
Got to eat
Kids would have been in the back like, yeah.
Nah, I'm usually cool in traffic. Just because I've driven for a living for so long that I'm like, it's gonna happen. People are gonna. I've driven commercial trucks my whole adult life since I was like 22, 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
So when somebody cuts me off, I don't care, to the point where my new supervisor, part of why I quit, he was 27. Dumb.
Shout out to dumb.
Shout out to that dumb Bennett. You ain't Bennett, okay? I'm glad you fired
Bennett,
me.
please
I got a
keep
better
watching.
job now.
Keep
I got
watching
a better
Bennett.
job now, you
We're
dumb
gonna. There's other episodes on here where we don't call you names. Please keep watching. Go.
Bennett doesn't watch pods, dude. He's 27. Anyways, he was in the truck with me doing a ride along when he first started, and I got cut off like 3 or 4 times. He's like, "You don't get mad when people cut you off. You just slow down." I go, "Yeah, that's what you have." I'm an adult, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get mad. They're gonna keep on doing it.
It depends on how.
Increase your falling distance. That's all.
Well, I think as I got older, I got better.
Yeah,
But
for
like-
sure. When
but
I was
like-
younger, I was like,
Today I got extremely late. I was telling him I went to Chick-fil-A to pick up lunch right before we came to do the pod.
"God bless."
Yeah. Well, that's just a coincidence. But it was just quick. But I was wondering, I was like,
Lionel
what
hates
is
the gays. All right,
what,
go ahead.
no, there you go. There
I'm
you
gonna have
go.
to edit so much out
Yeah.
of this.
You just made the podcast homophobic. So Christians hate us, gays hate us, everybody hates us right now. Look, man, it was close and I was hungry.
Yeah, no,
it's
I
not
get
a political statement. It's a hunger. Anyway,
I get it.
It was
When
like,
I see Chick-fil-A in sight, I'm hungies. I get it.
but look, I was like, you know how they have multiple lanes, and the lane that I picked, like I moved because it was like nobody in the other lane. But by the time I had gone, everybody had already passed me in that other lane. I was like, what is holding up the lane? And I see somebody paying in cash, and I was like, okay, maybe that couldn't make it take that long. Bro, the people in front of me ordered 4 burgers.
Chick-fil-A has burgers?
No, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. And I was pissed because he was like, as soon as I went up, the first thing the guy said was me. He was like, "Yo, he's like, we ain't got beef." And I was like, "What you say to me?"
Somebody's
He was
trying
like,
to fight.
"Before you asked, yeah." But he was like, "Nah." Like the people before me was like, They tried to order 4 burgers, and I was like, "At Chick-fil-A?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "We don't even have beef or whatever." And I was just like, when he said they didn't make burgers, they was like, "Well, can you make it for us?" Like really trying to special order. I don't know what that was, bro.
That's
but
crazy. I've
that made
never
me
heard of that.
super angry.
Bro, that's
how you
insane.
Yeah, to go to Chick-fil-A and ask for a
Chick-fil-A.
burger is some high fly idiocy right there, bro.
That's
That's
insane.
that is like, and so that in that particular case, I was angry.
Yeah.
yeah, and but most times I could
I
take
wouldn't
things in
have
stride.
gotten angry. I would have just laughed and be like, "These guys are never mind."
Well, I posted it,
Oh,
but
did you?
I don't think I got any likes. But I did post it.
Welcome to my world, bro.
I don't think anybody
I
liked
get
it.
103 likes on TikTok. What's up, dude? I'm
Man.
getting famous.
So let's explore this needing everybody to like you thing, because you open up yourself to
Oh,
that.
damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
about to
Yeah.
psychoanalyze.
Hold on,
Honestly,
no.
I don't go to therapy, so
No.
I don't understand why.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. It's not even about you. Do you think a lot of comics have this? Do you think a lot of comics feel the need, like they need people to like them? Do you think that's why we're all doing
of
it?
course. That's why I just said it. I know you guys have the same thing.
Yeah.
We need validation just for our existence. We're not getting it somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I've learned, like I have, dabbled in therapy, and I have done some things, some work because I've had like traumas and stuff like this. So I've dug in on some things, but I've noticed.
You've gone to therapy, or
Have I counseled somebody else?
have you like?
I dabbled in it.
Yeah, because your dad. I want to say what that dabble means.
See, I left it ambiguous on purpose.
Yeah, I want to be specific.
Yeah, but I left it like that. I left it like that. I did it over Zoom.
Okay.
I've been to a therapist in person.
I've never been in person, but that's just because it was the pandemic. Pandemic made me lose my mind. but here's the thing: when I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I don't need it the same way I did. Right. When I was younger, I did need it, and I needed to be the funniest person in the room. Everybody needed to see me. Everybody I needed to be like. If it's an alpha male level of humor, like what I needed to be that when I walked into a room.
Do you think it spawned from your childhood?
I know it spawned from my childhood.
Just at Thanksgiving and cracking one joke and having everybody laugh and that you're like, God,
100%.
Dang, that feeling's awesome.
100%.
I need that in my life. And then you got older and somebody told you were funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right. And they're like, one day, this is how it really started. That first time I did the Clash, I think I was like, I had my daughter at that time, so I had to be like 19. Mm-hmm. But I worked at Hooters, and everybody at Hooters wanted to support me and come to the Clash of the Comics. Mm-hmm. I think I was about 20.
I like how you casually brought that up. Like, there's plenty of material there, but keep going.
Dude.
Keep going.
I was curious too.
Yeah.
You said you worked at Hooters.
About Hooters?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, those shorts hurt.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you look like a server. You got the legs for it.
Thank you.
Don't get it twisted. It was 80 degrees today. I was about to wear shorts up in this.
I was too, bro.
Yeah.
It's hot today.
I took an ice bath before I left the house, so I was cold. Yeah, so they came up there and supported me for my first time. And then, like I said, I got the light because I said the F word. I moved to New York, Long Island. When I was in Long Island, there was one mic, Lizard Lounge, which is a gay bar. Mm-hmm. But on Tuesdays, it wasn't gay. It was an open mic.
It was
did karaoke afterwards, obviously, because it is a gay bar.
Yeah, it was still gay.
Yeah, it's a little gay. And you got to stick around with the gays. They're supporting you, dude.
Yeah.
They're awesome. That was the only mics I was doing. And then I got bringer shows from bookers that would just... Damn it, I hate a booker.
Yeah, we all know. Yeah. We know.
Dude, bringer shows stink.
Yeah, they do.
They suck.
Yeah.
They suck doing or suck prepping for because you're like, hey, you know how you're my friend?
Yeah. Let's cash in on that.
Do you want to pay $20 and have a 2-drink minimum at a comedy club in New York City that's an hour and a half from here? And everybody's like, no.
Yeah.
And you're like, please? You have to beg for people to come see you.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling ever. Mm. But I remember doing the first bringer show and actually having a real crowd instead of an open mic and not having a content
restrictions.
Yeah. And just going ham on it and getting actual laughs.
Yeah.
Which I didn't earn. They're like, oh, he said the word gay. It's funny.
Yeah.
You know, just shit like that.
Yeah.
So after that hit and we moved back to Virginia, I do the Clash again. That's the actual Clash I told you about, which, again, they turned the light off on me. And I met Everett.
Oh, okay.
And Everett invited me to Pin Boys.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys don't know what Pin Boys is, it's a bad open mic.
It's a bowling alley.
It's a bowling alley that you can smoke in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place.
To one point where my sister-in-law, who had a newborn, wanted to see me perform, brought her baby in there.
Oh.
No, bro.
All right.
Sorry, Olivia.
So you were talking about, well, where are you from Virginia originally?
Yeah, I grew up in Norfolk.
Okay. All right.
In the ghetto.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I will take you to my old neighborhood. It's bad.
I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. My own biases and racism won't allow me to do it.
What do you mean?
I just don't want to hear about the white ghetto.
It's not the white ghetto, man.
I want to hear about it.
I'm telling you, I went to Lafayette, Winona, and I was one out of 6 white people in the whole 6th grade. I grew up in the fucking ghetto, dude. I know I don't sound like it, trust me, I conformed at the time. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to. I had to.
Yeah, it's to survive.
And
It's
I got
survival.
my ass beat not every day, but like
Every
a lot.
other day.
A lot.
It's
Quarterly.
It's survival.
I was a
quarterly.
fat white kid with the last name Dix. Yeah, I got the shit beat out of me,
Yeah,
dude.
that's survival. I understand.
So yeah, I had to start getting
adapt.
funny
Yeah.
because I
Adapt
don't
to
know how to
survive.
fight.
Did you ever talk about that in your stand up?
No, just because it's so
Too painful?
No, it's so stereotypical. Everybody's like, yo, I was white and I grew up in the ghetto and now I'm funny.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that route.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna try to be funny on my own without.
You didn't even accept him saying that just now.
I didn't want to.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Why
So
would he?
stereotypical.
Why would he do it
I
on?
barely bring it up.
Why would he do it on stage?
No, but you know,
It split the room today.
comedy is subjective. Just because it ain't my cup of
I
tea,
got stolen, you son of a bitch.
comedy is subjective. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean that somebody out there doesn't appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what's going on there. That's just, I just didn't want to hear about
Gotta
Ryan
find the
Dix
right
ghetto
audience.
tales.
You don't need to. It's dumb. It's everything you've heard.
I believe it.
Yep, it happened. Got that shit out of me so many times, dude.
When you
I took Taekwondo because of it.
that made it worse.
It didn't fucking help. Taekwondo doesn't help
I know
with
it
big
doesn't.
fights.
Because it's a show.
No.
It's for a demonstration and
Yeah.
exhibition. It's not
I
practical.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, in order to get your next belt, you have to do this sequence
the
of
kata.
fights. And I'm like, this doesn't fucking help. Tyrone beat the shit out of me. All right. My bad, dude.
Shout out to Tyrell. We just shout out everybody from Ryan Dix's past. You made him the man who he is. We appreciate it. Without you, we couldn't enjoy the comedic stylings of Ryan Dix. I wanted to Chip. I tried to interject when you first brought up your kids. No, you good. So I thought that maybe specifically, and if you don't, not comfortable, then it's fine. But I thought just talking about what it's like being a parent, doing comedy, and having your kids, you know what I'm saying, raising kids with autism and things like that. And I know you both had that in common.
Dude.
And I didn't know if it was something to bond over. You might. I'll let you lead the questions on that.
Bro.
I'm listening.
Bro. The first time I heard you talk about that, you had a joke where your son's penis was poking you in the back.
Yeah.
I died. Because my daughter's autistic. She shouldn't have a penis. If she did, she'd stab me with it on accident, like a goddamn idiot, not realizing how awkward it is. She's 14 now.
Okay, so yeah, he's 5. My son's 5.
Your son's 5?
Yeah, he's
Get
5.
ready for a fucking whirlwind. Get ready for a hurricane, dude. It gets crazier.
Yeah.
It gets crazy regardless, though.
It gets crazy regardless how old your kids are, but once you figure out they're on the spectrum, my daughter does the craziest things, like inappropriate shit.
Yeah.
That's mainly what it is. It's just inappropriate shit.
Yeah.
She's 14. She's developing.
Oh,
She'll walk outside of her room without a shirt on. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go back there. She'll try to, we'll be like, all right, we got to go somewhere. She'll have a shirt on, no bra on. You're like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Go back in the house. What are you doing? It's the fact that they don't realize that it's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the main point of it. They don't understand that they're doing something inappropriate and unacceptable to society.
Right, because to them it's just like with my son, like he'll be on his tablet. You know, if he uses the bathroom, right, he'll go use the bathroom. And let me just throw this out there. He has shown me a better way of doing certain things. Like, he uses the bathroom. Whenever he uses the bathroom, he sits on the toilet like the cool kid in like the 80s sitcoms.
Backwards?
So he sits like he sit on it, you know, he just hop on it for like this, you know. And I realized like that's actually the more efficient way of
Daniel Tosh had a great bit about that. Have you ever heard that bit?
No.
He was like, it's the best way to sit on the toilet.
Oh.
If you're lactose intolerant and you want to enjoy a bowl of cereal, you have a table right here, dude.
Bro, that's the same thing I saw when I saw him doing it. I was like, that's genius, bro.
Yeah.
He put the tablet up on the back.
Yeah, he put a tablet up there?
He's like,
Let's go.
I'm like, come on. But yeah, he'll come out of the bathroom. You know, he just won't put his underwear back on. So he walk around like,
that's
he
the
walk
big
around
part
like,
of the joke.
like,
He's like, you have to take your pants off for this.
it's like Winnie the Pooh. Like he just walk back out like Winnie the Pooh, and he'll go stand at the back door, like the sliding door of our house,
Right.
and just the whole neighborhood can see him. He's like, back on the tablet, like, I
What's
don't
up, neighbors?
It's like, what's going on?
How y'all doing?
This dude,
I gotta let this thing air out. By the
yeah,
way.
it's like
Sorry
he
about
came
that.
outside naked so many times, bro.
You know what's crazy though is that like, my kids aren't on the spectrum, but it still seems like it doesn't click. Just that going from like young childhood through puberty, to knowing what's appropriate and what's it like. We still gotta have these conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like my daughter is also, she's 13, about to turn 14, and it's like developing and all that, which is a dad's nightmare.
Yeah.
By the way, I hate every bit of this.
Yeah.
Like, this is not cool.
It sucks.
It's not cool at all. It makes me regret. Like my daughter can meet somebody like me after 25. She can't meet anybody like her dad before the age of 20. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah, just explaining to her like, hey, you're not, now if you wear this kind of doesn't fit the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't,
Yep.
can't,
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
My son's not as bad, so that's, and he's definitely, he has to be, dude. He's so good at math, dude. He's so good at math. I haven't thrown toothpicks on the floor yet, but he's so goddamn good at math. He has to be on the spec. He has to. He has to.
So with your daughter, was she like when she was younger, was she nonverbal or was she just?
No, she was verbal. She was just nuts. She was out of her damn mind.
See, I met like a few friends of mine can like have the they are nonverbal. I haven't seen like a lot of the, I guess, the differences and what it means and everything like that. But
I lucked out with them being on the spectrum because they're both very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what's appropriate and what's not
Yeah,
appropriate.
like the maturity and like that. Like being inappropriate.
I don't even think it's a question of intelligence with people who have special needs. I just think it's a matter of can they express what's.
I'm talking about academic.
Yeah. I know what you
intelligence.
mean, but I just mean like in general, like
But in
Like
public
social.
intelligence,
yeah.
it's not there. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember being in a Nike store when she was 5. I mean, this cracks me up to this day, but we were in a Nike store, and she's pointing at the Nike symbol. She's like, I got a moon. I got a moon. And she starts staring at it and screaming, I got a moon. We're like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
She just doesn't understand what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. We're like, shut up. Be quiet. You're screaming, I got a moon, pointing at a Nike sign right now. This is crazy.
Yeah,
And, but then we didn't know. She was a silly kid. That's all
Right,
I thought. I was
yeah,
like, she's a silly kid.
Right.
As they get older, they get better. For the most part, unless you watch like Love on the Spectrum, and then those guys are nuts. They're great.
I never.
You never
watched
watched
it.
Love on
I've
the
heard you
Spectrum?
talk about
Haven't
it.
seen it. I've
Yeah,
heard
but I never
about
watched
it.
Dude, the Australian version's so great.
Do you talk about it in your act?
No, not yet.
I feel like I've heard somebody mention it though. Like,
But man, it's so good because it is just like these Australians that are all on the spectrum, and like one's like, well, she doesn't like dinosaurs, so I don't know if I can marry her. You're like, what? That's a hit or miss. Dinosaurs?
That's the deal
What's your
breaker.
favorite dinosaur? You don't like them.
It's the deal breaker.
if she don't know what a brachiosaurus is, we breaking up.
Mine's a stegosaurus, but if you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
know if this is gonna
that's
work
one
out.
of his major interests.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
What we gonna talk about?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great show. Watch it. It's on Netflix,
Yeah.
man.
Do you? Shoot, I told you this. You may not, because I didn't remind you. But every time I bring somebody on, I try to ask them if they have something they're working on, so we can workshop a joke live on the
I
podcast.
just had something I was trying to work on.
If you have
I was gonna
something,
talk to you about it.
if you're comfortable with it, we can do that. But yeah,
So the bit that I've been working on is talking about how I love trans people. Mm-hmm. I love when a man transitions into a woman. And I'm like, you got new boobs. Boobs are awesome. I love boobs. That's sick, dude. That's good stuff. But the point of the bit that I really like is when I talk about when women transition into men, and I don't like that. You took away boobs.
So it's really just
You're
about
slapping
boobs.
God in the face is what you're doing. You're taking away boobs.
Right.
And also now you're just a dude who doesn't know how to tell good stories. So
Just giving me too many details.
that's just the root of the bit. That's the root of the bit.
Yeah.
And I like that because it cuts the crowd in half.
Yeah.
And I could just look at a woman in the crowd and be like, tell me one good story. Right now. Do it. Spit one out, dude.
Right.
And I can look at her boyfriend and be like, tell me one good story. And he'll be like, so, and I'll be like, just stop. I already know it's good, dude. It's good. But yeah, that's the root of the bit. If you wanna add to more, hop on it.
My first thought when you said it, okay, so at first you hung up on the boobs. So it's like, I like when men transition because you're getting boobs. I don't like when women transition because they're getting rid of boobs. And I think that's a brilliant concept. And then it's like you're just a guy who doesn't know how to tell good stories. Plus you're a dick. That was my first thought. Now you're just a dick.
Now you're just added to the world, dude.
Yeah, like, we don't need more dick.
I just like the joke.
That's my new favorite one that I work on. And also, I don't use the word boobs. I say the T word.
Titties.
Yeah, because titties
better.
is just
It's
a
better.
funnier word.
It's better.
titties.
It's better.
Yeah.
And it has more it's got more like a volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's
that hard
bounce.
titty.
It's got bounce.
Titties.
Yeah.
It's got
that-
bounce.
It's got
that-
bounce. When you hear the word
but
titties,
The T is the titties.
When I hear boobs, I go yum, and when I hear titties, I go ooh, I'm hungry.
Right. When I hear the word titties, I actually see like boom, 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 like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, the visual.
Boobs, I don't necessarily. It's because it's one syllable of it.
Yeah.
Boobs, but titties is like va-boom.
And then, but boobies is too, but it doesn't have the same velocity for some reason.
And it doesn't matter if you pronounce it or mispronounce it. If you say it with the hard T or you say it with the D, titties or titties.
I think I always say it with the D.
I think
Titties.
D's better.
Titties.
I'm still thinking. I'm like, I ain't have nothing immediately because that joke is just good.
I cut all the fat off just
yeah,
to,
you
just
cut
to
the
get
fat off.
it.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's,
Way to avoid getting
There was a
canceled,
lot of
man.
fat
That's
on there
smart.
when I first started it.
Way to avoid getting canceled. That's smart. Just don't add nothing to that joke.
I mean,
you
Hey,
saved
man,
yourself.
It's worked out for a lot of people.
Once you, I always like have people, once you, this your camera right there, tell people where to find you on social.
Dix_comedy. DIX_comedy on Instagram. Ryan Dix on Facebook. Ryan Dix 6 on TikTok because that's the name they gave me. And I was like, ooh, 6 and Dix, that's
It
nice.
came back. Call
Yeah.
back. 6
Yes.
Griffin, tell people where to find you, please.
DavidGriffinComedy.com is the website. Links to all my socials. Also, you can look up Coffee and Beignets, the podcast. Is me and my wife. Not this guy. It's not my wife, but usually she's the one sitting next to me and we be talking about stuff.
I like how you did that, like he was doing like old like R&B choreography. You know, so he was like, that was dope. You can find me at LionelHarris.com, of course, at Jokeaday Podcast on the other socials. And appreciate y'all checking us out. Ryan, thank you for coming out, being a guest.
Always, man.
I never know how to end it. So as always, bye.